My first question is for Dan. A lot of people would say that Mike Swick's a little bit better than you at a lot of the parts of the game, such as jiu-jitsu, striking, even wrestling. What do you think your biggest advantage over Mike is?
Well, it's not my opinion, and it's going to be pride. It's just, I don't think, we don't respect the Mike. I don't think he's better at being in any area. If anything, we're equal. It's very easy to match fight, and I think this is my chance to prove that to a lot of people that are doubting me. The thing is, the difference is, Mike's a great athlete, but I've got a fighter's mentality, and I just want to get in there and start trading punches, and that's really going to be an advantage for me on the night.
All right. And for Mike, a lot of, skeptics have criticized your performances since moving to 170. They said you haven't been as aggressive as you were at 185 when you started out in the UFC. In this fight, is it more important for you to get the win so you can secure the title shot, or do you want to make a statement, to help build the fight with George St. Pierre if that's next?
I definitely want to make a statement. It's not about the aggression and the 170-pound fight. There's other things, involved, more variables and a factor. But I think my last few fights were pretty aggressive. So depending on the opponent, you have to change up your fight. You can't just run out and knock out everybody in 20 seconds. Different fighters pose different threats and stylistically fight different ways. So, you gotta know who your opponent is and what he's gonna do and how to open him up to get that, finish. So, but definitely as far as this fight goes, I think it's gonna be a very exciting fight. And I'm not fighting just to get a win. No, by no means. I'm going out there to make a statement, and I'm training ridiculously hard. I've never been this ready for a fight, and I'm gonna show it. And it's open.
Yeah. All right. This is the same question for both Michael and Dennis. I know you guys are coming in off different circumstances from your last fights, but do either or both of you view this as the biggest fights in your career, and if so, why?
Dennis, why don't you take it first? I guess this is one of the biggest fights in my career, because it's on a pretty big occasion on the UFC main card, and I'm fighting, very highly acclaimed opponent like Michael Bisping, I always get my fight pretty serious before I go, but with this one, I got a little bit more expectations. I am training harder than normal. For me, every fight is the most important. It's any fight of your life, every time, the bar gets to live, and me personally, because I'm coming from the loss, it's a very important fight for me. You're only as good as your last performance in this sport, and we all know my last performance was my best. So for me, this is a very big fight. I want to go out and treat the world that I do on this level of fighting.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
And you skipped the morning. Tell you, thank you.
As a reminder, that is star one for questions at this time. We'll hear next from Chris Herrera with therewillbebloodfighting.com.
Yeah, my first question is for Randy. Randy, being as you just fought not too long ago, do you think that do you think your body had enough time to really rest after that grueling fight with Nogueira and just really peak back to 100% for this fight?
Actually, Brandon fought the same night. He fought Suzuki the same night that I fought Nogueira. So we're both turning around. I'm not sure how long it's been since Brandon turned around this quickly, but I haven't turned around this quickly since Tito and Chuck, I don't suppose, which was in, 03, I think. So I actually feel good about it. The only thing I had coming out of the Nogueira fight was stitches in my left eye, and those came out in actually it was my right eye, in about a week. Other than that, I had no injuries and no complaints. Other than I did get the W, but other than that, I felt good, and it seemed like the right thing to do. I felt good about going back into camp and getting ready for another fight.
Just to follow up on that real quick, is there any particular reason why you took a fight on such a quick turnaround?
The opportunity arose. I was asked if I'd be interested in fighting on this card in Manchester, and I thought about it for a minute and jumped on the opportunity.
All right. And for Brandon, we all know Randy's just such a great fighter and has, just so well-rounded. What do you think is Randy's biggest asset, or what do you think is the one thing that you have to worry about the most in facing Randy Couture?